10. 1 plus 8 makes 10. 2 plus 8 makes 10. 3 plus 7 makes 10. 4 plus 6 makes 10. 5 plus 5 makes 10. 6 plus 4 makes 10. 7 plus 3 makes 10. 8 plus 2 makes 10. 9 plus 1
I like
makes
the
10.
here to the singing.
10 plus 0 makes 10.
I liked it. That was a compliment. Don't stop. Again, again. Yeah, I like it, Miguel. Hard to make 10 again and again.
0 plus 10
Yeah.
makes 10. 1 plus 1 makes 10.
2 plus 8 makes 10. 3 plus 7 makes 10.
6 plus 4 makes 10. 7 plus 3 makes 10. 8 plus 2 makes 10. 9 plus 1 makes 10. 10 plus 0 makes 10.
To make 10 again and again.
No, you weren't doing it with the shape diagram.
I like it.
To make 10
Again and again.
All right.
10.
again and again.
Then we have
Give me a second. Step back. I'll do it.
0 plus 10 makes 10. 1 plus 9 makes 10. 2 plus 8 makes 10. 3 plus 7 makes 10. 4 plus 6 makes 10. 5 plus 5 makes 10. 6 plus 4 makes 10. 7 plus 3 makes 10. 8 plus 2 makes 10. 9 plus 1 makes 10. 10 plus 0 makes 10. Plus 8 makes 10. 3 plus 7 makes 10. 4 plus 6 makes 10. 5 plus 5 makes 10. 6 plus 4 makes 10. 7 plus 3 makes 10. 8 plus 2 makes 10. 9 plus 1 makes 10. 10 plus 0 makes 10.
Okay, so I like that. I like that for a couple of reasons because we're practicing making tens, and we need to know how to make tens for so many things.
How close is it?
Okay, so we need to know how to make tens for so many reasons. It makes our life a heck of a lot easier. We've been practicing turning all sorts of numbers into tens to make our life easier. Because when we know that we can play with those numbers a little bit to make them more friendly, it's going to make our lives a lot easier when it comes to doing math. Because sometimes when we look at a math problem, it might be a little scary to see. You don't get to stand on that side of your desk. You do not get it. No, Naya, you may stand next to your desk over here or behind. If you're standing there, you're in Elizabeth's space. If you're standing there, you're in the other Elizabeth's space.
Yeah, we
Okay.
just gotta take that one away.
You can stand up as long as you're not messing around, but you don't. No, okay, guys, it's not an invitation. I'm saying if you need to stand up every once in a while, that's fine, but you don't get to go and stand in other people's space.
We're gonna
Okay.
have one over here.
All right.
Yeah?
So we're talking about being able to use a 10, to make tens and stuff to make our life easier when we're looking at some numbers that might be a little bit scarier. Because math is actually really fun, and that when you learn how to play around with it, It makes it so much easier. And I know, you do not get to lay down and sleep. Sit up. You're a big girl, sit up. Okay, so we're gonna do a word problem with some numbers, and we're gonna practice splitting that up and making a group of 10 to make our life a little easier. Okay, Jimmy bought 9 green apples and 7 red apples. I know Jimmy loves fruit, so he gotta be in my class. Ellie bought 10 red apples and 6 green apples. Ellie thinks she has more apples than Jimmy. Is she right? So let's do the work. No, you don't just get her. No. We're gonna do the work. We're gonna do the work. So let's see. We said Jimmy got. This is Jimmy. He got 9 apples plus 6 apples, right? No, sorry.
No.
He got 9 apples, 9 red apples plus 6 or 7 red apples. Sorry. And then Ellie got 10 red apples plus 6 green apples. So in this one, I'm going to make a 10. 9 is closer to 10. We know 9 plus what equals 10? Everybody, show me on your fingers. Show me on your fingers.
I don't have to use numbers.
No. 9
I really don't know.
9 plus what equals 10? It should be 1. 9, 10, right? I should see a 1 from everybody. Miguel? 9 plus 1 equals 10, right? Okay. So I'm going to break this up into 1 because I know that 9 plus 1 is 10. Okay, 7, if I count down by 1, 7, 6, right? Count down like a rocket ship. So 1 plus 6 is 7, 9 plus 1 is 10. We have 6 left over. 10 plus 6 equals 16. It's a group of 10 and 6. Extra 1. 16. 10 plus 6, we already know, is 16. So was Ellie right in saying she had more apples? No. We say Ellie. This is how Ellie spells Ellie. That's not how all Ellie spell Ellie, but that's how Ellie does. Ellie is love her, we love her, but she's wrong.
But because it's subtraction, it's a little bit different. Okay?
Have the same, right? They're equal. 16 is equal to 16, right? It's equal. Okay.
What was that, dude? 68. Now, you know,
All right.
brother who has some.
Mm. Oh, cool. We're going to talk about how different students solve things different ways. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. All right, who's ready to have some fun with me? Woohoo! So excited. Okay,
All right.
so different people solve things in different ways.
Where are we going to put?
And so we're going to see
About how fewer
if,
his brother had. Are we gonna put it in here? Or are we gonna put it there?
so we're going to talk about, let's see, Anaya made 7 puppets out of paper bags. Elizabeth made 6 puppets out of socks. Ellie, let's not play with our hair. It's not a hair salon. We need you to listen, okay? How many puppets did the girls make? How many puppets did the girls make? So we're going to talk about, put your hand down. Put your hand down. So Anaya made 7 puppets out of paper bags. Elizabeth made 6 puppets out of socks. I want you guys to turn and talk about how you would solve the problem. Stop playing with your hand. You need to focus, okay? And I can tell you're being too distracted because you're just like, If you play with it and I can tell that you're focused, I don't care. But when you're playing with it and that's all you're focused on, that's when I have a problem, okay? Turn and talk to your partners about how you would choose to solve those.
Say that again. What group of 10, the 68, or the 29?
Okay, talk about how you would solve it. Talk about how you would solve it. If it's different, that's totally okay.
Do we agree or disagree? All right, yes, we disagree. Valerie, which one is closer to a group of 10? 29 is really close. What group of 10 were that you really close to, Valerie? Oh. Rudy? 30. So we added, we did a plus one. What are we gonna do then? What are we going to do there? Are we gonna take away one, or are we gonna add one? What are we gonna do? 68. Rudy. We're gonna add again. We're gonna add a plus one to it.
Jimmy, hold on.
Yeah, Rudy.
Come on, you stinking thing. Oh, for the love of, and I punched out.
It's like a game. Yeah.
I know, it's my target game. Bam, still a target.
Miss Kennison, can we do the macaroni and cheese? And you have to get our attention.
We're over
Oh, I think we can probably do that.
here.
Okay, so how would you guys solve the problem? How would you guys, and don't necessarily take what I've written up there because I'm not even done writing yet. How would you guys choose to solve the problem? Ellie? Ooh, so Allie would use the make it 10 strategy. Did anybody else? I told you to put that away in your backpack. Hayden, how would you do it?
So,
And
I
then
can't-
7 like up,
you guys may be able to do that, that way. I can't.
1.
Okay. Did anybody do it a different way? Like counting up or something like that?
Okay, I'm gonna realign it.
You
It's
count
okay, we can do that. We're not.
numbers back. Like 1.
So you start, so
So
you
nine-
pick out your circles and then count it all the way up. So somebody,
I would say like if I could,
Nine.
and then now I would use
6 tens minus.
so you did your number line, like you'd start at 7 and then you have 6 more? Okay.
And I also agree with that as well.
Okay, good idea. No, Jimmy. That's why that strategy is not the best.
No. 6 tens minus.
So let's see. So then this one,
So,
so they did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then they did 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay,
So
and let's
what is our
see, student
answer?
C.
What is our answer?
13.
Jimmy, please be quiet.
Oh. What's your next question? So make sure you're writing it down as a sentence, or at least giving the unit. What is it that he has 39 of? You guys are good and ready to go into the 3rd grade.
Okay.
So you need to be getting ready to label your answer.
Every single one of these students has the correct answer.
That is the 39 sticker.
Okay, but let's talk about the ways that they solved them. Okay, so student A what they did is they did their dots, right? They did 7 circles, then they did 6 circles. What I'm going to assume that they probably did is they went 7, and then they counted on. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
So 39.
You got the answer, right?
All right.
Now,
Is there
this
another
one
part of that?
is like what Ellie told me to do.
How many?
She broke up the 6. She made it into a 3 of 3 because she knows 7 plus 3 is 10.
So,
She drew her 7 dots in here, then she added 3 more from your 6 to make her group of 10. She got 13. 3 more, 10 plus 3 equals 13. Okay? The next one
so how many stickers does Matthew have?
is a little bit similar to student B. But it's different. How is student C similar to student B? Turn around, Hayden. How is student C similar to student B? Miranda, what do you think?
Because it has, you're making up 7 here, and the other one, you're making up 6.
Oh, very good. So I'm still making a 10, but here I broke up 6 to make a 10. And here, this is like what Hayden told me. So Hayden should have known. I broke up a 7 to make 10. Does it matter which one you break up? No. It's kind of whatever. I usually say choose the biggest number to keep together and break up the smaller number. But it's really whatever's going to be easiest for you. Okay? It's really whatever's going to be easiest for you. So it's probably going to be easiest most of the time to break up the big one. I mean, to keep the big one together, break up the small one. But this one, they knew 6 plus 4 equals 10, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 more, 13. 13. So student D, they probably did the same thing, very similar to student A, in that they drew their picture, they probably, counted all over. But I'm going to tell you, student A is going to have a much easier time finding their answer than student D. Because you see how these dots are all over the place, they're not organized. So it's easier to lose track of where you're counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's easier to lose track of where you're counting. And so I like it when the kids are able to do an organized method of doing their dots than kind of being all over the place, where you might lose count a little bit, because it might be easier to kind of mix up which ones you're going to be counting. Okay? So there's different strategies that you can use. The reason we teach you, Danny, and Miranda, no, we're not going to do that. You guys need to be listening and doing that. The reason we teach you more strategies is so you can find the easiest one for you. And then later, there's more than one way to find the answer. Right? Did you break your mask over there? Did you break it? Is it broken? Okay, so the answer is no, it's not broken. But I need you here. So the way you're doing it kind of looked like it was broken. That's fine. You're fine. Okay. So.
All right, so what is our answer? Good job, Amy. 107 what?
Sometimes you might run into problems though, and this is what they're going to have you do in your worksheet today. Okay? Jimmy, I need you to turn around. I need you to sit where you belong, or kind of into your area. Sometimes you've got to be real careful because somebody might have added an extra one on there if they're doing like a drawing method. Okay? And so they might not have the right amount. Okay? So you need to be careful and make sure that people are doing it correctly, okay? I want you guys to get out your workbook right now. Get out your workbook. Turn to We're doing a lesson 11 problem set. Lesson 11 problem set. If you're home, this one, you can pause the video, you can kind of write it down, see what you need to do.
You don't want to learn, and you can continue this tomorrow.
Pause the video, write it down. See what that says at the bottom. Okay.
Yes.
Lesson 11. Lesson 11. Okay, there's a sprint. Skip the sprint for now. Okay? And that's good.
Right. What? Oh, I'm going
But don't away, and I need to work right now. Make sure we're on the right page. Come on, Alex. You're on lesson 4, lesson 11. There you go. This is what we're doing right now.
You can go on.
Hold your horses. Do you think that maybe I'm trying to tell you and that you're interrupting is not being helpful? Right. Mr. Squatrito, I need to get my projector thing back from you.
What?
Oh, I need to get my projector thing back. Remember how you took it during online learning? So I can get like stuff projected up on the board a little bit easier without having to like draw it all. Okay, so no, later is fine. They'll probably take more time to set up than is worth it. So the story is Jeremy has 7 big rocks. Okay. Ooh. Ah. My board does not match up very well. And 8 little rocks. How many rocks does he have? Okay, so that's the story that we're trying to solve. Okay. I need you guys listening. Stop. You don't know what we're doing, so just stop. Please. Stop and listen, okay? And watch. Okay? Stop, listen, and watch. So now, it says in number 1, and it says, circle all students' work. Now finish the directions, because otherwise you just circle everything right now. So you have to finish reading the directions. That correctly matches the story. Okay? So now I know I'm not just going to circle it all. I'm going to circle only the ones that match the story. If I were a nine, I'd be paying attention. Okay? And then we've got some boxes. So box A, let's see what they do. Box A, let's see, you've got your 10 frame, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and you've got it's 7 plus 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then they kind of continue it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, so they kind of go like this, right? They circle. That's my 8. Okay, but 7 plus 8, and they said 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 equals 15. Okay, then student B. This is how they did their work. And what they did is they did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And they did 7 plus 8. They have it equals 15, but let's see what they did. They did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they circled the 10 up here, and then that gives them 5. Does that make sense? Does that work? Yes, it does. It does. And then, oh, I'm just gonna hop down. I want to make sure I have the space down here. So, okay. D, they did 7 plus 8. They decided to break up 8. They know that 7 plus 3 is 10. And they know 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 plus 5 is 8. So then they did equals 15, right? They did, they know 7 plus, so you've got 10 here, plus 5. Okay. Does that make sense? Yes? No. What doesn't make sense about it? 7, look, listen. 8, 9, 10. Does 7 plus 3 equal 10?
Yes.
Right? So if we want, we could add our own little mark there. 7 plus 3 equals 10 plus 5. Does that equal 15? Yes, it does. Okay?
There you go.
We'll have to make a please. Hey, Amy, we're doing first grade work still right now. You can work on Zern for a few more minutes quietly, okay? All right, the next one that they had under here is E, right? And that goes 7 plus 8. What they did is they said we're going to add 2 to 8, right? Because 2 plus 8 is 10. And then I know that 5, 6, 7, it's 5 plus 2 equals 7. But 8 plus 2 is 10. 10 plus 5 equals 15. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so we know those ones are correct so far. All right. So then we have C. And C looks like this. They did 7 plus 8. And they did their 10 frame. Let's see here. So they did. So what they did is they did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And they did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bye-bye, Mr. Squatrito. So hold on. Would that really equal 15? Would that really equal 15? If they did 10 in here, and then they did 8 more over here, would that equal 15? Anaya, pay attention. What would it equal, Miranda?
18.
18, right? They did, right? It would equal 18. But they said that 7 plus 8 equals 15. So did they do that work correctly? No. So far, this one did it correct. This one did it correct. This one did it correct. This one did it correct, but that one did not. So far, that's the only one we do not circle. Right? Okay, let's do F, just to see what F did. See what we need to do with that. Okay, F, they did, okay, so they wrote 7 and they wrote 8. So what they did is they did 7 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They did 8 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And what they did is they said they have 5 in this group, 5 in this group. 5 plus 5 is 10. They circled a group of 10. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. Is that correct? So they have 10 plus 5. That would be 7 plus 8 equals 15. Did they do their work correct? Yes, they did. Yes, they did do their work correct. So we would also circle that one. So do you see how there's many ways to do it and still get the correct answer? Okay? You don't circle, Miguel. This one is wrong. You don't circle that one. Okay? So you circle A, you circle B, you circle D, you circle E, and you circle F.
I put an X on mine.
Okay, that's fine.
No, I did it too. I wasn't sure about that one.
Okay. So anyway, and then the next question is number 2. It says, fix the work that was incorrect by making a new drawing in the space below that matches the number sentence. Okay? This kills me to erase all this because it's so much work, but that's how this one works. So. All right, so we're going to fix that one. We're going to use the same strategy that they used with that 10 frame.
Oh, I see number 2 is on.
Yep, number 2 is on the bottom. Okay? So it's right there on the bottom. Got a big blank space for you to draw your work. No, Miguel. It's right here, honey. Turn back, go back to this page. No, Miguel, stop. No, go back. It's right here. Okay. Anaya, you need to do this with us. Okay? So, remember how they made a mistake by they just filled it in with 10 right away? Instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then filling in the rest that they needed as part of this 8. So they're at 7, 8, 9, 10, okay? And so now I know right now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we fix their goofy mistake. Okay? And it still equals that thing because it's 10 plus 5 equals 15. Okay, so you guys did number 2. Louise, turn that around. Sophia, you turn your body around. Okay, you need to write equals 15. You see how, hold on. You didn't do what I told you to do, Jimmy. You have to do this. You're fixing number C. So you need to do the whole thing. Jimmy, you did not fix number C. You need to do this on your paper. The whole purpose of doing this right here is we're fixing what they made their goofy mistake on C. You have to draw the 10 frame, and this is where I want you to look at. Miranda, look. I have 7 like bubbles filled in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then whether you want to do bubbles or X's or whatever to make the 8 ones look different. If you want to do X's, that's fine too. 1, 2, 3. Because 7 plus 3 is 10, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? So I don't care if you want to do just open circles or if you want to do X's, just something to make it look different. Okay? That's what I mean by that. I don't know why you have 7 plus 8 equals 18. You also need an equal sign right here. You have to have an equal sign. Otherwise, it looks like 700 or 7 plus 815. It does not equal 18. You need to put the 15 because that's what it equals. Right, good. 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 Turn, no, hold your horses. Turn the page. Turn the page. And Naya, I sure as heck hope you did. No, you didn't do it down here where you were told to do it on number 2. Where you were told, and everybody else did it because they were behind to pay attention. You were over there playing with your fingernails, so you don't know what you're doing. That's on you. You need to write the numbers. You did not do what I did. You need to do what I did, Hayden. Go back to your seat. That is not correct. You need to have a 10 frame. A 10 frame right here. Notice I can only fit 10 in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? Notice I have 7 dark ones, and then I have 8 light circles or X's. 3 here, 5 over here. That's what you need to have. Whoa. It's so sloppy, I can barely see what the heck you're doing, Jimmy. That makes me sad. That is not what I asked you to do. Do you see how mine is nice and organized? Do you see how yours is very sloppy and I can't read it very well? Okay, we got to work on making it nicer so we can see our work. Because remember how we talked about in that first group that there was some people, like when they did their work confusing, it doesn't help them. Okay, so hurry up so I can I can at least set up number 3 and number 4 for you quickly. Okay? Does it say 7 plus 8 equals 15 and not 7 plus 8 equals 18? It still doesn't say 7 plus 8 equals 15. If you still have not bothered to write 7 plus 8 equals 15, then you have not done it correct. Okay. All right, and you need to hurry up so that you need to have 5 in your top row. You don't have 5 in the top row, you need 5. Okay, now hurry up. Good, now do your 5 left over from your 8. Quickly. Quickly, Anaya, quickly. Because we are ready to move on. Because the second graders need me. What, Jaya? What? Very quickly. Very quickly. Sophia, sit down, do your work. Still real sloppy, but sit down. We're gonna call it good enough, but Jimmy, you see how when you have numbers and circles and X's all over the place, it's really hard to see what you did? Yeah. Okay. Hayden, it's still wrong. Look what I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we have our 3 more nicely added right here. 1, 2, 3. That makes 10. 7 plus 3 is 10. Correct? And then we have, so you go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because 3 plus 5 is 8. It's just like if you broke it up like this. Just like if you did that. If you don't have that like that, then it's wrong. So sit down, please, and do it how I did it. You're wasting time, and that's not fair to everybody else. Everybody else who did it correctly, because you are making the choice to not do it. I said just write it exactly like this. Do your 10 frame. You only fit 10 in that box. Okay. Okay, Hayden, you're going to have to fix it on your own time because you're wasting our time. And everybody else is ready to move on. Everybody else is ready to move on, and that's not fair for me to sit there and say, we all have to wait for Hayden. Hayden, maybe Miranda or somebody can help you after the fact. Okay, all right, so real quick, these next ones are word problems. Okay, turn the page. No. Yeah, turn it. Just one, there you go, right on that page. That's it, good. So turn your page the right way, please. Go back to the page you worked on, turn it one time, just like you do in a book. Okay, we're on this one right here. Number 3, there are 4 vanilla cupcakes and 8 chocolate cupcakes for the party. How many cupcakes were made for the party? So guess what? You guys are doing... Stop. Don't interrupt me. You're doing addition, right? Because it said there are 4 vanilla cupcakes and 8 chocolate cupcakes. How many are in total? I don't care what strategy you use. Try to write it down though, okay? Hold on, but we're going to wait to solve it. I'm going to let you guys solve it on your own. I'm just telling you what they're doing. On the next one, we're going to read this too. There are 5 girls and 7 boys on the playground. How many students are on the playground? Once again, I know that I'm adding. 5 plus 7. Use one of the strategies, I don't care which one, and answer those. You have 2 left to do. That's very, very manageable. You need to answer those and turn them in on Class Dojo. Okay.